Okay, good morning dear students. Today our topic, very good morning. I request all the participants should keep in mute mode because it making the disturbance. Okay na? Today our topic is motivation and goal setting. Here which is very important topic for us, motivation and goal setting. Motivation, let us see what is motivation. What is motivation means here, why people behave as they do. It means what? Why people behave as they do. అంటే ప్రజలు వాళ్ళు అనుకున్నట్టుగా ఎందుకు చేస్తారు. హియర్ వర్డ్ మోటివేషన్ కమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద లాటిన్ వర్డ్ మూవర్ which means to move. This motivation word, what we are discussing, the motivation, it is derived from the word, Latin word mover. Mover means here to move అన్నమాట. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏదైతే చెప్పుకుంటున్నామో ఈ వర్డ్ మోటివేషన్ అనేటువంటి ఒక వర్డ్ లాటిన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ నుండి మూవర్ అనే వర్డ్ నుంచి తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఇన్ లాటిన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ద మూవర్ మీనింగ్ is to move. It can be defined as what determines and influences the initiation, direction, intensity and persistence of behavior. It means this motivation is defined as what we determine and what influences and what we take initiation and direction, intensity. All these are part of the definition of the motivation. Now, source of motivation. Let us see the source of motivation. Basic motivation is driven in two ways, pleasure seeking or pain avoidance. Here the motivation it is having in two ways, one is pleasure seeking, the other one is pain avoidance. The number of possible motives for human behavior however seems endless. Here the motivation in two ways, here in the part of that the number of possible motives for human behavior however seems endless. Here the possible motives or the human behavior, it is an endless. Some people find in intrinsic means internal rewards such as personal satisfaction to be as motivating as extrinsic rewards such as money, praise or power. Some people will offering money or praising or power to motivate the people. Here the Maslow hierarchy, he was given how the motivation is in 5 steps. Now self actualization, the 5 steps are, one is self actualization, second one is esteem, third one is love or belonging, fourth one is safety, the last one is phonology. Psychology kunnattundi. Okay. Now self actualization, morality. What comes under the self actualization? Number one is morality. What do you mean by morality? We should have some moral values. Creativity, the people should have some knowledge to create, to do something new. Next is spontaneity, this is the responding system, as per the moment he has to respond. Problem solving, at the time immediately he need to solve the problems. Lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. If it is the right, we should have the dare to accept. All these 6 comes under self-actualization. Next, esteem, self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, respect by others. Self-esteem means we should have the self-confidence. Next, achievement, the respect of others. We should have the respect on other people. When we have the respect on others, they will respect us. We will be given respect by other people. Next, love, belonging. Love, from where we can expect the love? From friendship, family, sexual intimacy. Next, safety, security of body, of employment, of resources, of morality, of the family, of health or property. These are the safety areas for us. Psychological means breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, homeostatic, excretion. All these are the 5 Maslow's hierarchy, what the Maslow has given to us. Next, Abraham Maslow in 1970 suggested that a hierarchy of 5 basic classes of needs, motives, influence human behavior. The Maslow's hierarchy, he was suggested the 5 motives. One physiological, second one is means the ground level physiological, second one is safety, third one is belongingness, fourth one is esteem, the last one self-actualization. Achievement motivation. How we can achieve the motivation? Most people work at least in part as a result of extrinsic means external motivation, the desire to receive rewards such as financial compensation. Means here most people work at least in part as a result of extrinsic motivation. అంటే ఎక్స్టర్నల్గా వాళ్ళు మోటివేట్ కావడం చేస్తుంటారు. ద డిజైర్ టు రిసీవ్ రివార్డ్స్ సచ్ యాజ్ ఫినాన్షియల్ కాంపెన్సేషన్. అంటే వై దే డూ టు గెట్ సంథింగ్ ఫినాన్షియల్ కాంపెన్సేషన్. The second one, but work and other forms of human behavior also reflect intrinsic, means it is called internal motivation. The desire to work hard or perform well for the internal satisfaction and sense of personal achievement it brings. The internal, why we do intrinsic means to get the internal satisfaction. Some of life's most pleasing rewards come from within. We get some pleasing rewards. Psychological research has shown that highly productive and successful individuals tend to demonstrate the following. Here the psychological research has shown that highly productive and successful individuals, means successful individuals, what they followed, here they found in psychological research, అంటే ఆ మానసిక శాస్త్ర రీసెర్చ్లో ఇవి కనుగొన్నారు. చూడండి, ఇవి ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ ఛాలెంజింగ్ బట్ రియలిస్టిక్ గోల్స్. అంటే వీ షుడ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ ద ఛాలెంజింగ్ అండ్ రియలిస్టిక్ గోల్స్. నెక్స్ట్ అంటే మన యొక్క గోల్స్ కూడా రియాలిటీకి దగ్గరగా ఉండాలి. ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ప్రైడ్ ఇన్ దేర్ సక్సెస్, అంటే ఆ యొక్క విజయాన్ని ఆస్వాదించాలి. ఆర్ నాట్ డిస్కరేజ్డ్ బై ఫెయిల్యూర్ but continue to work hard to improve performance. Once we failure, we don't discourage. Again we try to get the success. అంటే మనం విజయాన్ని పొందేంత వరకు మనం పని చేస్తూనే ఉండాలి. అలానే మనకు you know that Thomas Alva Edison, he was tried number of times to invent the bulb. Finally he became success. Like a person who is doing the work, he may get failures in his way, but he don't disappoint when he sees the failure, but he has to put his labor to become success. అంటే తను కష్టపడాలి, విజయాన్ని పొందేంత వరకు కష్టపడి పనిచేస్తూనే ఉండాలి. Or focus on their personal performance and level of ability, means he should focus on his personal performance and what ability he has to focus. And research has shown that achievement motivation can be developed. The psychological research has shown the following things. McClelland in 1985, he was given some information, demonstrated that high school and university students with low achievement motivation were helped to develop strong visualizations about their own success. After the program, these students' grades and performance had improved significantly. McClelland has said, what he was saying, demonstrated that high school and university students with low achievement motivation, means at high school level and at university level, they are getting low achievement motivation. But that low achievement motivation, it helped them to develop strong visualizations about their own success. Though it is a little motivation, low motivation, but the low motivation, it has become success. After this program, these students' grades and performance had improved significantly. Amazia, are you listening to me? Hello? Hello? Okay. Very good. Next, the other one, Rotor was suggested in 1954 that people learn general ways of thinking about the world, especially about how life's punishments and rewards are controlled. Some people internals expect events to be controlled by their own efforts. Others expect events to be determined by external forces over which they have no control. That is, success is down to luck, chance. Here, the Rotor was suggested in 1954. The people learn general ways of thinking about the world. The people are learning the general ways of thinking about the world, especially about how life's punishments and rewards are controlled. Means in this world, how we are controlling our punishments and rewards. And some people who think in internal expect events to be controlled by their own efforts. The internally they are expecting it should be controlled by own, and others externals expect events to be determined by external forces over which they have no control. Means though some people will feel it should be controlled by the externals, means from the outside peoples. Motivation and a locus of control. People who have an external locus of control whereby they feel they have to do something and that they have little control over this, do not feel accountable for their actions, and they constantly blame others. The self-talk that accompanies this is usually characterized by words of fear or do it or else. See, people who have an external locus of control whereby they feel do something and that they have little control over this, do not feel accountable for their actions, and they are constantly blame others. Means here, when some people, the people are different. Some people control whereby they feel they have to do something, means they feel they are controlling ourselves, but some people are blaming the other people. People who have an external locus of control do things because they choose to want to, and because they picture the external personal value that comes from doing something. They know they have the choice and accept the consequences for their decisions. Means here, people who have an internal locus of control do things because they choose to, want to. Means who can control themselves within them, they can choose and they can want. They know how they have the choice and accept the consequences. Means that type of people they knew how they can the choices and accept, and how can they can take the decisions. Now you are your own best motivator. See, we don't depend on other people to motivate us. We ourselves are the best motivators. Your motivation must come from within yourself. The motivation should come out from you. Others may try to encourage you. Just other people will try to encourage you, but you are the only one who can attain what you want. You must convince yourself that you can. Here, all people should remember, you yourselves are the best motivators. The other people only advises you, just they encourages you, but you must convince yourself to encourage you. How do we motivate ourselves? How we can motivate ourselves? Let us see. By setting goals. Amma, voice is cutting. Am I clear now? Is it? Am I? Okay. How do we motivate ourselves? Means how we can motivate ourselves? There are some ways. Let us see. By setting goals. How we can motivate? We have to set the goals. What type of goals? What are goals? Goals are like road map. They get you from one point to another. Means what are the goals? You have to set the goals. The goals will help us like the road map. Road maps means if we have the road map, we can reach our destination very easily. Like the goals also will help us to reach our aim. They get you from one point to another. That is, goals are make us to get from one point to another. Goals provide the direction you need to reach your destination. Here, like the road map, the goals also will help us to reach our destination. అవి కూడా మన యొక్క డెస్టినేషన్ రీచ్ అవ్వడానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. The motivation to set you on your trip and a way to measure your progress. Goal setting is a powerful process for thinking about your ideal future. Here, the goal setting is a powerful process for thinking about your ideal future, which helps to reach your goal and for motivating yourself to turn this vision into reality. With the setting goal, we can turn your life from vision to reality. అంటే మనం ఎంచుకున్న లక్ష్యానికి మనం రీచ్ కావడానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. Goal setting. Now the motivation is over. Now goal setting. By setting sharp, clearly defined goals, you can measure and take pride in the achievement of those goals. Okay, you have to set your goal sharply and clearly. You should have a clear idea on your goal. You can measure and take pride in the achievement of those goals. And what goals you are setting and how you can reach, you should have some strong idea. You can see forward progress in what might previously have seemed like a long pointless grind. You can see forward progress in what might previously have seemed like a long pointless grind. To reach that, what we do? By setting goals, you will also raise your self-confidence as you recognize your ability and competence in achieving the goals you have set. Means by setting goals, you will get self-confidence and you recognize your ability and competence, how you can reach your goal. The process of setting goals helps you to choose where you want to go in life. Means while you are setting goals, the process of setting goals helps you to choose where you want to go in life. Means when you set the goals, setting the process of setting goals, it helps you to choose where you want to go, means what is your final destination. It helps you to decide. By knowing precisely what you want to achieve, you know where you have to concentrate your efforts. Means here you can decide what you should achieve and where you can concentrate, where you put your efforts. You will also quickly spot the distractions that would otherwise lure you from the course. Means you will learn smartly how you can respond. Most importantly, properly set goals are incredibly motivating, and as you get into the habit of setting and achieving goals, your self-confidence will grow. The most important thing is when you set the proper goals, it incredibly motivate you and get into the habit of setting and achieving goals. It will help you to develop your confidence. By setting sharp, clearly defined. Amma, you keep in. Hello. Amma, keep in silent. Amma, keep in mute mode, all of you. Keep in mute mode. Somebody is talking. By setting sharp, clearly defined goals, you can measure and take pride in the achievement of those goals. Here, you have to set the goal sharply, very clearly, and you have to define yourself and measure the goals. You can see forward progress in what might previously have seemed like a long, pointless grind. It is over. Goals are set on a number of different levels. The goal should set on a number of different levels. First one, you create your big picture of what you want to do with your life and decide what large scale goals you want to achieve. First of all, you should have the clear idea, means what you want to do. And you frame a big picture. Second one is you break down these into smaller and smaller targets that you must hit so that you reach your large scale goals. First of all, we should set the long term goal. To reach the long term goal, we have to overcome short goals. First of all, we determine what you wanted to do in our future. After that, to reach our destination. Here, to reach our destination, we have to overcome the small goals. Thirdly, once you have a plan, you start working to achieve it. The third one is you have a plan and you start working to achieve that. Next heading is lifetime big picture goals. To give you a broad, balanced coverage of all important areas in your life, try to set goals in some of these categories. See, here big picture means, in the number one we said big picture. How we should frame your big picture? Number one, your personal, work or career, educational, family, financial, physical, pleasure. All these you should keep while you are preparing your goal. Next, lifetime goals. How your lifetime goals should be. Spend some time thinking about these, then select one goal in each category that is most relevant to what you want to achieve. It means you have to think a lot, then select one goal in each category among the above. Then you decide and you try to do the hard work to reach. Then trim these down a bit so that you have a small number of really significant goals on which you can focus. Means after selecting or after deciding, then you have to trim these down a bit. Means you frame. Remember, make sure that the goals that you set are ones that you want to achieve, not what your family, friends, or employers want. After deciding, you try to achieve. You want to achieve the goals. See, goal setting. Goal setting tips. How we can set the goals. Write goals down. This makes them more concrete and gives them more force. First of all, you write goals down. State each goal as a positive statement. After writing, you state each goal with a positive statement. Express goals positively because a positive outcome is more motivating. Means always we should be with positive manner. We want to be moving towards something rather than away from something. Be precise and specific. While you are deciding, it should be precise and specific. చాలా చిన్నగా స్పెసిఫిక్గా ఉండాలి. Be like dates, times, amounts, people involved, context, situation. Next, the realistic goals. Set goals that you can achieve and that you can maintain once you have achieved them. Means your final goal should be set here. Make sure that the goals you set are dependent on your own performance and input and not on others. Set goals that are measurable. Which are measurable goals you have to set. How will you know when you have achieved your goal? What will you actually see, hear and feel that will convincing you? Make sure that you note all progress and rewards, as this will fuel your motivation to move forward. Means you set goals that are measurable, means to reach. Next, smart goals. Here, smart goals means a useful way of making goals more powerful is to use the smart memory tool. See here, స్మార్ట్ అనేటువంటి దాని ద్వారా మనం ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్గా ఏం చేయొచ్చో చెప్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ. స్మార్ట్, ఎస్ ఫర్ స్పెసిఫిక్, no ambiguity, means no confusion. We should have some specific idea. Measurable, know when you are on track. Okay, you should know what I am going to do. Achievable, believe you can do it. I can achieve. You should think I can achieve that. Realistic, fits in with your values. You should have the confidence. It is realistic, definitely I will become success.
Next, time bound. Time bound means to reach the goal we should have some time bound. This is the smart abbreviation. Okay, my dear students,